More than a married couple, but not lovers, Part 1. The path to true love takes an awkward detour for third-year high schoolers Akari Watanabe and Jiro Yakuin, who are randomly assigned to a highly monitored, couples training program, forced to pose as newlyweds. Their initial goal is purely transactional, and that is to be in the top 10 in order to earn the right to swap partners for their respective crushes, Akari's school idol, Minami, and Jiro's childhood friend, Shiori, who, by twist of fate, are partnered. Putting aside their personality differences, the hesitant pair commits to the charade, even sharing a kiss to boost their ranking. Although their score remains low, the unexpected intimacy ignites confusing new feelings between them. As a result, the two find themselves grappling with an emotional conflict, questioning whether their fake relationship is evolving into something real. To raise their score, Akari and Jiro share a night watching scary movies, only to be locked out of their rooms by a power outage. The darkness genuinely scares Akari, and Jiro comforts her in his embrace until they fall asleep on the couch. When Jiro falls sick, Akari sets the stage for Shiori to nurse him back to health. He then encourages her to improve her grades, prompting Shiori to almost kiss him. It appears Shiori has feelings for Jiro as well. A flashback confirms Jiro's past feelings for Shiori were blocked by her accidental friend zoning. This also leaves a trauma on Jiro. Upon Akari's return, Jiro thanks her for arranging Shiori's visit, promising to help her as well with Minami. Despite his good intentions, Akari reacts with unexpected sadness and annoyance. Jiro assists Akari in preparing a bento for Minami. Akari mistakenly believes Minami dislikes sweets and leaves them out, only for Shiori to show up with Minami's favorite apple pies, confirming that he actually enjoys sweet food. Feeling down for the wrong perception, Akari diverts her slump to flirting with Jiro. He almost gives in but stops her in time, citing she should do it with Minami, the person she loves. Akari backs down looking hurt and accuses him that he only prefers doing it with Shiori anyway. Defeated, Akari proposes they end their mock marriage. Jiro apologizes to Akari, explains that he values their time together and rejects her advances out of her real romantic feelings and her own protection. He then asks her sincerely to be his wife again. Touched, Akari accepts, calls him by his first name, and accidentally blurts out she likes him. Jiro, relieved by their reconciliation, does not take her confession seriously, believing it is her usual free-spirited personality. Akari on the other hand was left stunned by her own shocking admission. Rumors spread that couple Shiori and Minami are getting closer. Minami confirms to a tearful Akari he won't switch partners. He then holds her face to blow away some dust, but Sadaharu, Jiro's best friend, mistakes it for a kiss. Shiori also tells Jiro she's staying with Minami but hints at a possible future switch with him. Sadaharu tells Jiro about the supposed kiss. Returning home, Jiro confronts Akari about the intimate moment. Akari reveals Minami was only removing dust from her eye. And remembering what Minami said about staying paired with Shiori, Akari bursts into tears and begs Jiro to look away from her crying face. Instead, he embraces her while turning his head, as to heed her request of not looking at her. That evening, Akari asks if he truly believes the rumor, then surprises Jiro by admitting despite how she acts she is not that kind of girl. And he is in fact the one and only person she has ever kissed. Jiro feels unexpectedly pleased. As Jiro prepares for school, Akari asks him to bend down so she could fix his necktie. He thinks she is cute and imagines the two of them being a real couple. Jiro is paired with Shiori for class duties. This gives Shiori a chance to get close to Jiro again. Akari texts Jiro but receives no reply. She then sees him with Shiori but does not call him out. She questions herself why she kept her presence a secret. Later, Akari shares warm milk with Jiro in their balcony. She demands Jiro to call her by her first name. When he declines, she accuses him of calling Shiori by her first name. She proceeds to explain that hearing her name, which means brighter star, gives her confidence whenever she feels down. Jiro replies that her name suits her. She demands again that he calls her Akari and accidentally reasons that since she calls him by his first name, it appears like she is the only one liking the other person. Both get surprised with the sudden confession. She gives an excuse and runs back to her room. When an academic test is announced, Jiro convinces Akari to study with him instead of going out. While studying, Akari mutters to herself that he is only helping her get a good grade because of Shiori. Akari playfully flirts with him after tutoring. It leads to a steamy moment when the teasing has suddenly affected them both seriously. It was however cut short by Jiro's nosebleed. Akari then reveals she is rooting his efforts to keep up with Shiori. Jiro also clarifies that he is only driven because he wants to help Akari secure Minami. But hearing this, Akari becomes disheartened. She realizes that if they succeed in switching, their current closeness will vanish and they will simply be just classmates again. Akari behaves as usual with Jiro the next day. She cooks his breakfast, fixes his bedhead, even invites him to share a chocolate drink that night. But she noticeably switches to calling him by his surname. This bothers Jiro the whole day. The memory of Akira requesting to be called by her first name crosses his mind. At home, with their improved ranking announced, Akari is in high spirit. Jiro, lost in thought, calls her Akari. He tries to retract it, but with Akari's flustered expression, he continues to call her Akari. Akari encourages him to use her name because she likes it. She even pleads him to simply indulge her even for just the time being. Meanwhile, Mei, Shiori's friend, after noticing the deepened connection of Jiro and Akari, pushes her to act more assertively. She sends Jiro to the infirmary to see Shiori, who proposes a practice kiss. Their attempt leads to an accidental kiss during a chaotic hiding moment, misunderstood by Saki, who reports a suspicious scene to Akari. Believing Jiro slept with Shiori, Akari, feeling jealous and depressed, stays out to pass time. Upon returning home, she finds Jiro passed out on the sofa. Realizing he waited for her, she strips to her underwear and tearfully sleeps beside him. Knowing he cannot hear her, she expresses her sadness but remains firm that she will continue to cheer him on with his love. The next morning, Akari exploits Jiro's amnesia to convince him they made love. However, Jiro's innocent question about losing his virginity makes Akari discover he had not slept with Shiori. Chapter 7. Akari, confused about her feelings for Jiro, is encouraged by friends to pursue what is really in her heart. She prepares for a firework festival, selecting an obi knot style focused on Minami's preferences. Jiro carefully helps her dress up and their closeness leave both of them flustered. Although her goal is to pursue Minami at festival, Akari's thought would wander towards Jiro. When she learns Minami is not going, she becomes relieved. And this confuses her. She shakes off the feeling and boosts herself because she needs to live up to the many people who are cheering her on, especially Jiro. But she spots Minami walking together with Shiori, unaware that they were actually separating. Jiro thinks of Akari and starts comparing himself to Minami. His phone rings and a sobbing Akari is on the other line. He rushes to go out, find her and be with her. He panics when the line gets cut. Upon opening the front boudoir, he finds her sitting on the floor. She apologizes for going home and failing even after he helped her with her yukata. He tenderly welcomes her home and consoles her as she cries in his arms. Later, as they watch the fireworks on the balcony, Akari asks Jiro to change her obi knot to his preferred style. They check the phone for the knot instruction and leads them to an accidental yet intimate embrace. Jiro does not ask what happened, but like Akari, he also feels confusingly relieved when she went home even though he is rooting her for Minami. At home, Akari surprises Jiro by barging in the bathroom during his mid-bath. She says there is a spider in the living room and it scares her. She keeps him by her side the whole time until the spider comes out. She even asks him to accompany her during a bathroom break. Instead of being embarrassed, she is happy that she is partnered with Jiro at times like these. She blurts out the idea of them dating in real life but abruptly brushes it off as a joke. Jiro, on the other hand, questions himself for actually considering the idea. The night ends with Akari refusing to purchase a big spray, stating she has Jiro to count on to save her. When Jiro sees Shiori, he helps carry her grocery and walks her home. They address the kiss they shared in the clinic. Shiori thanks him for teaching her, leaving Jiro to think that even after the kiss, she only sees him as a friend. Chapter 9. Jiro secures a live-in summer job at a beach cafe. Akari, already planning a beach job as well, teases Jiro after he objects to her revealing new bikini. But later tells him that she has 2 bikinis. She will only wear the conservative one at work, while saving the skimpy one when she goes to the beach with Jiro. It turns out, the 2 of them will be working at the same restaurant together with their other classmates and friends. Shiori, after being encouraged by Mei and Minami to confess her feelings for Jiro, tells him she will choose the same station he is assigned to. Mei engineers a moment where Jiro accidentally sprays whipped cream on Shiori, leading to a flirtatious cleanup. Witnessed by their friends, the two immediately separates, both feeling embarrassed. The day ends with the group at the beach. Jiro notices Akari wearing a swimsuit different from the revealing one she showed him earlier. And he feels unexpectedly happy about it. During sandcastle game, Jiro gives attention to Shiori in bathing suit. Akari complains to herself that they are being lovey-dovey. While ordering their meals, two men hit on Akari. Jiro's married declaration saves Akari from the two. Though she scolds him for being awkward, it is obvious she feels flustered with the whole incident. Akari notices Jiro's sunburn and offers to soothe it with cream, but he fears the others will misinterpret them. This annoys Akari. She embarrasses him and asks him why he is distancing himself from her. Even outside their practical married school life, she wishes him to remain the same. They later meet at a beach shack where Akari passionately confronts him about his low self-esteem nature. She takes off her hoodie to show him the bikini that is meant only for him to see. She tells him how happy she really is to be with him. She bears her sadness whenever he acts cold towards her and calls her by her last name when in front of other people. But before they could fully understand what her words mean, their conversation is cut short and are forced to hide from Shiori and Mei in an intimate position. Inside the shack, Jiro insists that Shiori and Mei must not find them out. This depresses Akari because despite her preparing for her bikini outfit, Jiro still thinks of Shiori. Their whispered argument creates noises that scare the other girls off. Jiro then collapses from heatstroke. Upon his recovery, they reconcile, with Akari proposing they focus on genuinely getting to know each other better. During a test of courage, Shiori suggests she wants to be paired with Jiro. While Jiro overrides the lottery, ensuring Akari is paired with Minami. With this, he feels he is doing Akari a favor. Although Akari is happy, she feels confused about her feelings for Minami and ends up comparing him to Jiro. During the event, she loses her phone. When everyone waits for the game to end, Jiro overhears some people talking about the possibility of Akari and Minami enjoying their time alone in the dark. He feels annoyed imagining it and ends up confused by the emotion. As rain starts, Jiro is consumed by worry over Akari. Shiori tries to bring him back to the restaurant but he runs into the storm to find her. Minami finds a distressed Akari first, who blurts out Jiro's name in reflex, or perhaps in her desire for Jiro to be the one to save her. This leads Minami to realize her true feelings and encourages her relationship with Jiro. He also reveals he loves a girl from his past, and not Shiori. Meanwhile, Shiori finds Jiro in the rain. She updates him that Minami found Akari already. This somehow disappoints Jiro. The two reflect on their confusing feelings since the practical began, and Shiori confesses her fear of losing their bond because Akari. The tense moment climaxes and Shiori leans to kiss him. Confused by their respective feelings, Akari goes to a shrine, while Jiro runs into Shiori while shopping. Shiori then invites him to her place where they share an awkward moment and photo. But Jiro's thoughts flowed to memories of Akari. Later, Akari texts Jiro for an immediate date. She dresses carefully with Jiro's taste in mind. And despite Jiro's awkwardness, their date proves genuinely enjoyable. They even seem to be a real couple. As they part, Akari suddenly sprints to a shrine for a charm, running into Shiori who joins the race. Following the two, Jiro realizes the shrine is famous for love. And with both Shiori and Akari deciding to finally pursue him, who will Jiro's heart choose to be in the end?
This story is to be continued.